If my best friend is not bringing out the best in me, then he's my worst enemy. I am from Nsukka and I am proud of being from Nsukka. I've known Akwa Nsukka. So I have no apologies. And that takes us to the topic of our discussion this night, which is bloom where you're planted. I think I'll tell you a little story. Last year, during the presidential election, I went to the village because I'm into content creation. So when I went home to collect the footages for my content, something remarkable happened. I'm purely a village guy. I grew from the village and I enjoyed it. I ran around the village neighborhood without seal pass and I enjoyed it. At times I even feel going back somehow to that life because I know what it felt like. If you are born in the rich homes, please, maybe you come to me and maybe pay me. Let me tell you how it feels like, because it's a positive thing. Just like I was telling somebody, I was with my friend today, a girl bypassed in the school. I was just discussing with this guy. The girl just passed and she was crying. She told us the ugly story, how she wants to go and have one practical like that. She has not paid. To her, she was complaining for me maybe to follow her and start crying. After crying, I told her, my dear sister, we are in it together. 1, 2, I want you to understand that your disadvantages are more advantageous than your advantages. That's what I just told her. She stood for a while to think about it. I said, just that is it. Because it brought out the best in me. Assuming I was born with a silver spoon, you will not see me here. I didn't say you may, I said you will not see me here. But it's that poverty that enabled me this privilege to be standing here. And this is just the list of where you're going to see me. Very soon, someone will say, we used to see that guy, yo. It's going to happen. Yes, sir. I hope someone is listening to what I'm saying. Yes. So blooming where you're planted, I mean, that very day, I was going to get my footages for that, for one of my motivational speeches online. The incubation principle is on YouTube. So I was going in one of the thickest part of the bushes that we used to rally around those days to hunt for rats. Lo and behold, I saw one old village fruits. We call it akonkoro. If you're from Nsukka, you know that very fruit. We used to eat it when we were small. So the moment I saw that, in the thickest part of the bush, people don't go there. But this young tree is not even care that people don't come there. The fruits were around the tree, both the ripe and the unripe, all of them were very, very fresh. They didn't ask the question, will somebody come here and eat me? I don't know if anybody is making a point from this. Some of you here think that you must travel to UK before you make it large. Some think that they will go to Abuja before they make it large. Somebody was telling me that she had her primary school at Nsukka, secondary school at Nsukka, and she wants to go to Unijos. I asked her why. Simply because she had her primary. She didn't even care that UNN. We have 2 universities in Nigeria, UNN and others. She didn't even care about that. Her interest is because she had nursery, primary, and secondary in Nsukka. She doesn't want to. You can imagine that. So what I'm trying to explain to you, my dear sisters, is that where you are is good enough. I want you to understand that you yourself are good enough. Those people that those pastors are telling you are witches in your village and are causing your trouble, I want you to understand that that witch is very close to your doorstep, and that witch is you. There is nothing like witchcraft. To me, I have just said it. If I do my little work, the work I'm supposed to do for God, they can't even see me. I hope you know that there are some dogs that will see somebody and start pushing that person. I hope you know that. But some dog will come and you kick it, the dog will run. Are you aware of that? The same thing is applicable to those enemies in your village. If you're serious to look for what you're supposed to look for, some of them will see you and call out and say, please, allow him pass. That guy gets strong. There is enough power following him. But some others will say, guy, follow him. That's when you can get him. It depends on here. I tell people that your problem is not in your location, but in your cognition. So the moment you understand this, my dear, I'm telling you that your lifestyle will definitely change. But the moment you're still living other people's lives, I am telling you, where they are going to end is where you're going to end. My very good friend called Charlie Jones asked a question. He said, or better still, he made a statement. He said that you're going to remain the same person in 5 years' time, the same you are today, except for 2 reasons: the people you go with and the book you read. Some of you here will stand for close to 5 hours chatting. Let me tell you, just as in the agricultural sector, we are having 2 seasons: the planting season and what? And you must experience these 2 seasons. I didn't say you may or you will. You must experience these 2 seasons. It's either, okay, let's go back to the primary school agriculture. When is the planting season? Thank you very much. Rainy season. When is the harvesting season? So if you don't plant, when even nature will help you irrigate whatever you're planting, you will still plant, but you will not be doing it during the what? The dry season, when you will be planting and be doing what? Irrigating. Now that nature has given you enough raw materials, you still have enough bones, at least you can stay from morning till night without getting tired. If you fail to plant now, maybe you'll be doing that when you'll be carrying one baby behind, one at the front. Then maybe I will bypass in my well-decorated Jeep. I will buy that pure water you'll be hawking. Then you will tell me, sir, they sell it to 50 naira. I'll give you 100 or 200. Then you say, sir, please let me give you. I say, keep the change. You be saying, thank God bless you for 150 naira. It's a decision. It's not a matter of Holy Ghost fire. I don't like sounding so spiritual. I can still do spiritual, but when the time comes, for now, I want us to treat the reality of life. If you fail to plant now, my dear, nature will definitely demand that from you later. And I wonder what you'll be able to do when you're already having up to 4 family responsibilities, your husband with your kids. What you can't do now, tell me how effective you'll be able to do it then. My very good author, John Mason, he asked a question. He said, that's your best friend. Does he bring out the best in you? And I answered it, or I continued it in my own book. I said, if my best friend is not bringing out the best in me, then he's my worst enemy. That is just it. If what he tells you or what she tells you is always, let's go and watch film, let's go and ping, I am telling you that there will come a time when you look at him, you'll be like, oh God, if I had known. You know, Jezebel is female. Jezebelus should be guys now. So that I didn't know you're a Jezebelus. I was talking because at least I've gone to many secondary schools talking to students. I was talking to them when I went to Avila Secondary School. I told them that if I should be allowed to be part of the judges for beauty contest, I will not measure your beauty with the yardstick of how your face looks. And I went as far as telling them that a very beautiful face on a very empty head is a very big load on a very innocent neck. So if you don't want to work on this, I am telling you, don't be so deceived by that thing I just call it paint. And for the guys, I'm sorry we're not much here for the guys, but for my brother, me, the 2 guys there, if you want to marry a girl because she's facially beautiful, it's just like trying to rent an apartment because of the paint. The moment it wears out, the love will wear out with the beauty. But if you want to marry a girl because of the intellectual beauty, remember it doesn't fade. Sure, you know that. That means the same way that will continue to stay, that's how the same love will continue to stay. I hope we are together. Yes, sir. I hope we are together. Yes, sir. Dr. Mike Munro made a statement before he died. He said that an army of sheep, led by a lion, will always defeat an army of lion led by a sheep. What does that mean?
Okay, when you say a sheep led by a lion defeating a lion led by a sheep, it has to do with the kind of person you follow. That's exactly what it means. The kind of person you follow tells your future. Example, if you follow a person who is meant to be good, who is born stupid. Okay, nobody is born stupid.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sure if we allow her, she will demonstrate. It's a very nice one. It's a very nice one. But this is exactly what 99% of Nigerian youths are facing today. Everybody is living the life of the crowd. Everybody is living the life of the crowd. Have you sat yourself down and asked this question? What is the why of this my journey? Some of you came to UNN, some of you are even reading the course you're reading because of what other people told you. Just tell yourself the gospel truth. Why did you choose that course? Some of you don't even know what the course is talking about in the first place. So your own is whatever it brings, you take. You're playing with your destiny. What am I saying, please? Because the time is not by my side. I want us to affirm this, even though it's somebody's quote. Let me see your hand on your chest. Say, if my heart can believe it, and my mind can conceive it, then I can achieve it. Did this make sense? Yes. This is what Muhammad Ali said, that if my mind can conceive it at all, even if it has to do with pulling down this house, so far my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. What is even the topic of our discussion? Blooming where you are planted. Yes. How many of you here bought your JAMB form and used your hand to fill up the English language you're going to write? You didn't understand my question, that's why you're raising your hand. You know you have to write 4 courses, 4 subjects, okay? How many subjects? How many of you wrote with your hand? Because I'm sure you filled maths, chemistry, whatever. How many of you filled the English? I'm asking you. The tiny child, most of us are from Igbo land, okay? Most of us are from Yoruba and Hausa. But why imagine the insult? People dictating for me that I must write English. As in, they didn't even give me the chance of feeling it. After looking at that, my topic, blooming where you're planted, I told myself, Christian, remember what Nelson Mandela said, that everything will still remain impossible until it has been done by somebody. Eating food was an impossible task before, until a child came out and the mother tried it and the child ate and didn't die. Then it became a human culture. Going to school was impossible before until somebody went to school. So everything in this life remains impossible until it has been done by somebody. That vice president, first lady, is still impossible in your village until you have become it. I hope I'm making a sense. So stop striving to become echo, become a voice. When you become a voice, other people will echo you. I told myself, I don't want just to come and continue from where people have stopped. No, I want to create. Let others learn from me. And there is a beauty of that. The moment you create, you become the MD. And whatever you say, you even become the legislator. Whatever you place as the rule becomes it, because nobody is questioning it. But the moment another person wants to imitate you, can always call it, say that this is not done, like, because you are the authority. So people think you must pull mountain before. It's not necessarily what you started with. How many of you know this guy called Officer Woods that acts comedy? Officer Woods, do you know him? That guy said he was acting normal movies. Till one day they invited him for a theater stock demonstration there in Lagos. They gave him a role of a stammerer. That guy played that role and it won him serious award. He now came back and said, okay, let me go this area. I never knew that guy doesn't stammer in real life. I was thinking he's a real stammerer. But that guy said, ever since then, that's what he has been doing. He's now a big fish in the industry. So it's not necessarily what you are doing. What is necessary is the mindset behind it. They might ask an average Nigerian youth, Biko, give me that pen. Can you bring this pen for me? He will ask you how much. Please, can you get me a bottle of a can water? Just buy it for me. How much are you going to pay? I tell people, the more you pursue money, the more the money runs. But the more you leave that money and turn around to pursue your passion and your dream, you're catching the tray. The money will start looking for you.
I started an academy. That was 5 months ago. I invited many. It's not everybody on the road to your success journey that are going to get to the destination. There are some that are supposed to be covered with blankets on the AC and lure them to sleep. Are you getting me? So that when you get to your destination, you invite somebody to go and wake them up, so that they will come and join you at the Thanksgiving ceremony. Because some of them are going to discourage you. So lure them to sleep. They shouldn't be part of the journey. Invite them for the Thanksgiving ceremony at the church where you must have made it. So when I started it was like a joke. I told myself, has anybody done this before? I encouraged myself, remember, everything will remain impossible until somebody has done it. That tomorrow somebody will come out and say, who started this thing in Nsukka? They will trace you. Check history. Martin Luther King, do they check him because of the number of cars he had? Albert Einstein, do they ask how many cars did he have? But because of the impact he created during his time, generations will remember you. I hope you know that Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie, that girl was living here. I hope you know that. She was living inside the UN here with the parents. But do you know that I was mad when I was watching one of her clips? One, she's not even too fat, and she is dark. I was watching her standing before world powers in Germany, telling them, return what you stole from Africa. You know, there's a difference between, please take back what you picked from Africa and return back what you stole from Africa. I was seeing big men listening to that girl. Let me tell you, if you calm down, beauty is not facial. Like I said, beauty is intellectual. I'm going to round off with this speech. My very good motivational speaker, Les Brown, asked a very nice question. He said, please, I want everybody to listen to this and let this enjoy your brain cells so that from now onwards, your lifestyle will change. He said, imagine yourself on your deathbed, as a corpse on your deathbed, and roving around that deathbed are the ghosts of those things that God has bottled up in you that you're supposed to use to change the world. They are now around your deathbed telling you, we were created with you, we are in us. Had it been you allowed us, we would have changed the world. But now you are dead and we are going to be buried with you. He asked that question, how many of such ghosts are going to be buried with you? The moment he asked that question, I told him, Les, you don't know me, but I'm going to promise you something. None of these ghosts will come close to my bed, because I must make sure that I will exhaust all that nature has left in me, that even when I'm going to be buried, I will not even need a very fat guy to carry my corpse. Even a sickle cell patient will be able to carry my corpse so light, because I've exhausted everything to bury it. So this I tell you, believe in this man.